what's up, guys? Wednesday, Wake Up Barstool. We got a really...
Listen! I've been up since 4 in the morning! The best show ever! The best company ever! Wake Up Barstool! Ready to roll! Is this? I wanted Bar Stew, Wake Up Bar Stew. He would not do it. And then I said it should be Wake Up Barstool featuring Stu Feiner. But that didn't happen either. So here I am. I'm ready to roll. It's an honor to be here. Greatest company in the world.
Stu! You get me fired up, baby. Let's go! Let's go, baby! The source! Stu Feiner.
So excited.
The man who has done everything. Who among us can say that Al Pacino played us in a movie, guys?
Not me.
There's only one man at this company, and it's the source. And I was shocked to learn, Stu, this is your national television debut in some ways?
Correct. Well, the only people that ever trusted me were Barstool Sports, okay? ESPN, everyone else said, no thank you. Dave said, Stu, I love you. I want to bring back your show from the 90s. I want to rebrand it. Barstool Sports Advisors, and it's been me, Big Cat, Dave, Jersey Jerry ever since. So it's an honor to be here. It's an honor. I just want to say I love all four of you. I watch you every day from Eastern 8 to 10. And then I go again 10 to 12 because whatever I like, I double up on. And it's so great to be here. It's so great that Barstool now has a national platform on regular TV that everyone can get accustomed to everyone, fall in love with everyone, follow the storylines. And, you know, you four are the most unique individuals in the business right now.
So
you bring the energy.
Nobody's kinder than Stu Feiner.
But you have a lot of substance. There's a lot of meat on the bone here. You're not just four beautiful, loving humans, very sexy humans, because you know it all. You've seen it all. You know it all.
No. You know it all. This is quite the career moment for me because, like, I've watched you from afar from a long time, and I used to just copy your energy constantly, going from talking softly, then yelling crazy, all of that. Like, that kind of became my shtick. So here we are, Stu. We finally made it. Brandon, give us a good ready to roll. Give us a good ready to roll. You're a high energy guy, Brandon. Come on.
Hey, guys, we get to talk now.
Yeah.
Ready to roll.
Potter, give us a ready to roll.
Give me a camera. Give me a camera. Which camera?
Give him a camera.
This one?
Yeah.
Ready to roll!
Yeah! And then finally, the birthday boy, Evo. Happy birthday, Evo. Congratulations on surviving another year. Give us a ready to roll.
Ready to roll!
Yes. There we go, baby. There we go.
On that take.
Thank you for making me feel comfortable. I'm nervous. I am nervous.
That's. I don't believe that for a second.
You look good.
All right, Evan, quickly. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Evan. Happy birthday to you.
God bless you, Evan. How old are you today?
Everyone thinks I'm turning 30. I'm not turning 30. I'm not that old. I am 29.
Okay, hell yeah.
Well, it's a significant age, 29, because the way I look at it, between 16 to 29, you could party hard.
Yep.
You could be selfish.
Yep.
You could do what you want to do. True. Come 30, you really have to lock in. You know, come 30 to 40, what I teach everyone, because I'm older than dirt, I'm going to be 65 years old if I had to do it all over again. And really how I did do it, from 30 to 40, I didn't go to anybody's birthday parties. I didn't go to people's weddings. I didn't go out on weekends. I never went to bars. I worked 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, from 30 to 40, so that come 40, I'd be like, I'm retired. I have everything locked in. Most people don't do that. They still want to party into their 30s.
Was this like late 80s, early 90s? Just when the show was
90s.
Rocking and rolling?
Correct. 90s.
Okay.
Right.
Hell
we worked 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And similar how Dave runs his crew, everybody was like a family-style operation. We got in at 7 in the morning. I paid for everybody's breakfast. Then we broke for lunch. I paid for everybody's lunch. Then we went out dinner. I paid for everybody's dinner. And then we tried to make it to Atlantic City, which which closed at 4 a.m. We'd get there like 3:30, gamble for 30 minutes, eat the buffet, come home, and right back to work.
Oh my God, dude.
So God bless you, Evan. Enjoy your last year on this earth where it's actually not serious.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah, you
not
got it.
serious.
Thank you.
You have a wedding.
Enjoy
Yes.
having your youth, because come 30, it's over.
You have a
Your
wedding,
husband, you're
next
done. It's what have you done for me lately?
You have a wedding next week, right?
Yep.
Okay, one of the final ones. Congratulations.
Also, that's the best picture of you.
Yes, thank you. I need this on every graphic. We need to stop using all the ugly pictures of me because that's the only good one that exists.
Even though no mustache there, I'm a big fan of your mustache. I
appreciate
feel
that.
like it makes you look nearly 30 years old.
Brandon, would you like to join the show?
Happy birthday, Evo.
Okay, guys, so we have a lot to get to today. It is Wednesday, which means we got segments, right? Connor Griffin's going to tell us what we're bringing into next week, what we're leaving behind. We got Hannah Montoya. Stu?
Shout out Hannah.
Shout out Hannah, she's the best. We got Hannah Montoya coming in to do our football fashion report. Also, I guess I should be calling myself out on that as well. We have Brandon Walkers Whysmen list. We got a lot of college football conversations and NFL conversations to get to. And I think we're going to start here. We're going to start in the NFL. And I want y'all to let me know if this is much ado about nothing. Have y'all seen the Russell Wilson-Sean Payton drama?
Yeah.
I've seen him going back and forth.
So
Classless.
we have the Sean Payton clip, I believe, guys. Can we go ahead and play that and set it up? This is Sean Payton after the Giants game where they had the unbelievable 33-point fourth quarter to beat Jackson Dart and Co. Here's what Sean said after the game.
You know, they found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game.
Okay, sure, basically say Russell Wilson sucks compared to Jackson Dart.
Not really. Just saying that, hey, he was talking to the owner, right? He was talking to the owner and saying he was respecting the draft pick.
Yeah, making a
He was
little
saying,
joke.
you guys made a great choice here, and I hope I don't have to play him. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, and then so Russell Wilson sees that and he says, classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 years later through the media. I got to be honest, guys. I know we're supposed to talk about this and have takes on this. I don't know if I could be more bored by a story that is on the homepage of ESPN as one of the top stories.
I can have a take on it.
Okay, what do you got?
I think Russell Wilson's been around this game a long time. He's been famous a long time. He's been a quarterback for a long time. And after 15 years of being a professional, he should not be this sensitive. He should not be this attuned to what people are saying. He knows he's at the end. Everybody in the world who watches football this year was just wondering when they're going to make the switch, when they're going to make the switch, when they're going to make the switch. And coaches were thinking that too. So Russell Wilson has got his money. He's got his beautiful wife. He's got everything in the world. Why is he this sensitive at this point in his career?
Go ahead, Stu.
I think specifically with this relationship, I mean, it goes back. I mean, Sean didn't like him the day he took over the job.
Yeah, that's
Sean
true. Oh, yeah,
wanted-
they do have a lot of
Sean
personal
wanted him
beef.
out.
That is true.
You
That's
know,
a good
Sean
point,
wanted him
Stu.
out from day one. He didn't like the special rules, so to speak, the Wilson rules, almost like the Jordan rules. He had a private suite. He had private people at his beck and call, and he didn't perform, for Sean. He put Sean's career back. He put Sean's career in jeopardy. So this is personal. They don't like each other.
That's true. That's a
Sean
good point.
specifically doesn't like him and will go out of his way to take a shot at him. Russell was just defending himself, but I know in Denver, because I had connections there, it was ugly. It was heated. It was hot and heavy. The second Sean got there, he says, no, none of this is going on when I'm the captain. You're not the captain. Yeah, I'm the captain. So it's very personal.
That's a good point. And I mean, Denver, they gave up so much to try and get Wilson to be the savior. It didn't end up working out. They're fine now with Knicks. What was your take on it?
I was just going to say, I really haven't seen that side of Russell Wilson before. For the most part, he's this like squeaky clean, corny type of guy who you don't really think would go, subtweeting a coach and everything and calling out a bounty hunting scandal. I also love the hashtag Let's Ride. harkening
Still
back to
doing
that.
it.
Yeah, the
Still
Broncos
doing
country.
it.
That was my favorite part.
That's a good point.
So
I
don't
like
know.
Let's Ride.
I said I was so out on Russell Wilson. It was a disaster watching him play in New York this season, aside from the Cowboys game. But I mean, he really, really struggled. Just looked awful in some games. That kind of made me back in on him. I don't know. I have not seen that
The
chip.
bounty hunting thing, though.
Yeah,
the
bounty hunting's a lie.
dude.
Exactly.
Come
And I'm
on.
with you. I don't think that the original statement from Sean Payton was all that damning. I thought it was like, okay, yeah, it's a young.
I thought he was praising Dart.
Okay, so Stu is right though. It's the personal history
Correct.
that escalates it in Wilson's mind. That escalates it when Payton says it. That it might be not as maybe innocuous as it could sort of feel if you were just watching it.
This is just two love taps, though, right? Like, I mean, that's
Yeah,
totally even a jab
I think
from
that's
Payton.
right. I think that's where I'm at too, Ebo.
Like, there's no rebuttal coming from Sean Payton on this.
I doubt
there?
it. That's
No,
right.
This is over.
no. I mean, if you needed any rebuttal, just show Russell Wilson's final red zone possession in the last game before they made the switch to Jackson Dart, which is one of the worst. And then a few weeks ago when Dart goes in the tent and Wilson just spikes the one throw that he has. So some drama there, personal drama, as Stu laid out. Speaking of personal drama, could you imagine this? The New York Jets, once again involved in looking like a bumbling and stumbling organization. Here's what Jets owner Woody Johnson had to say about their quarterback, Justin Fields.
What's your confidence level in Aaron to turn it around?
Well, it looks like he's turning around parts of it. You know, it's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we got. You know, I mean, he has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league.
Here's my problem with what Woody's saying there. How is this different than any Jets quarterback or any Jets team that we've seen in recent memory? Like this has been the story of the Jets for over a decade now, right? Is this really Justin Fields' fault, or is he just in an organization that everybody fails at?
I think it's Justin Fields' fault. I think Woody is right for pointing out how pathetic he has been. He put his stock in Justin Fields. He wanted a new beginning with Aaron Glenn, a new beginning with the new coaches, a new beginning. The Aaron Rodgers era is dead. Now let's bring in Justin Fields. He didn't get a fair shake at Pittsburgh, played well at Pittsburgh, was supplanted by Russell Wilson. He sat on the bench. This is his coming out party. This is his beginning. This is his rebirth. And pretty much he's epically failed. Not saying that the Jets are a juggernaut, but they would not be 0-7. They would be 2-5. They would have 2 wins under their belt. There was 2 winnable games there, and I believe that Justin Fields is a 0. He's a net negative. I mean, I don't know what I'm watching. He cannot throw the football. He has pathetic reads at line of scrimmage. So I watch every Jet game.
Yeah.
I feel for Woody Johnson. When Woody Johnson spoke like that, he spoke as a fan. He didn't speak as the owner of the team. It was almost beneath him to say that. I agree. But he's been so bad. And I don't even want to use the word bad. Disappointing.
Yeah.
That's when you know
That's so mean.
That's even more. That's even
not
meaner.
bad.
That's so mean.
But here's the deal: like we didn't think that Justin Fields was good anyway. So what happens if you have a player that
I agree with you. I think it's very interesting because this is the only real big example of the second opportunity quarterback not working this year, where you have Daniel Jones, you have Sam Darnold, like guys who have been reborn, and you're left with Justin Fields, who is essentially, like Stu said, been a 0. And the 2 guys we have opened the show with were guys that were given second opportunities and third opportunities in places, and only defended in the world by one person, that is Jersey Jerry.
Yeah, you're talking about that's a
right.
fair point. I guess I personally didn't think Fields was that good. And so what happens then when he teams up with the franchise that maybe is second to the Cleveland Browns in killing and ruining quarterbacks? I mean, look at what everybody does when they finally get out of New York. I know Geno sucks now, but he had a nice little run. Darnold's kicking ass. Think we'll ever see a Zach Wilson thing, but still, the Jets are a joke. It seems obvious to me this was never going to work out. Another bad decision by Woody. Griff, and then Brandon, then we'll get out of here.
I've always held out hope on Justin Fields, mainly because I still, and I bring this up all the time, the touchdown pass he had in the CFP against Clemson
Yeah.
Like a 50, 60-yard bomb. It's one of the most beautiful passes I've ever seen. Everybody talks about his athleticism, but Stu's right. He cannot.
Very good take to base his entire NFL career.
That's what I was going to say.
No, I'm saying I
One throw in college.
That one play, I'm like, he can throw the football.
That is the field story. I was talking to the Bears fans about that at the watch party Sunday. It's him like making some mind-blowing
Yes,
plays.
and even with the Bears, like he
Yeah.
would still have plays here and there. I was like, my God, like he can really not just running, he can throw it, but he does really struggle with processing the field, seeing the field. It's bad. The one thing to his credit, doesn't have a pick this year. He's not throwing terrible interceptions,
That's
the
the
missing open receivers.
That's the Penn State you talking.
I'm just saying. It has been dreadful in the sense that he cannot read the field. He's missing receivers. At the very least, he's not turning it over. Even though he had the one game to start the year against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers where like, oh, this actually might have some promise, but it is gone very much.
Yeah, it was a sexy game.
Best game.
It was a
Yeah,
sexy
for sure.
game.
He gave a lot of promise. He gave a lot of hope. I watched that game going, wow, Jets are back.
I
really
too.
felt that.
Yeah.
Us too.
So
Okay,
felt that.
Brandon, you have the final word here.
What does it say about Justin Fields that he's holding on to a throw from 6 years ago
Yeah.
to a wide open Ohio State receiver?
It was
Ohio State
beautiful
quarterbacks can make
throw.
throws because all the receivers are open all the time. you don't look back at his Bears time and say, wow, that was that throw. You look all the way back to Ohio State. The guy stinks. He's always stunk. Woody Johnson is right. It's hard to judge a coach when the quarterback is this bad. Woody Johnson and the Jets did trust this quarterback, and they did say, hey, we're going to bring this guy in for his second whatever. And it just was never going to work. He's not an NFL starting quarterback.
He's in the hot dog costume, being like, we're all looking for the guy who did this, okay?
And the reason the Jets are always going to be the Jets is they fall for this. They fall for a Justin Fields, and they say, wow, we can be the one that resurrects him. No, you can't. You just can't.
You can't. Not in New York, at least. Who will ever say that franchise? I don't know at this point. Coming up next, guys, we're going to dive into some college football. Brandon Walker's got his Whysmen list, okay? Who should we be talking about more? Maybe we're talking about enough. Should we be talking about less? And play a little Take Your Pick CFP edition. Let's look at two teams that are kind of operating the same vein and choose which one we trust more. Coming up next here on FS1.
I can't hear you say.
How old were you when you first had a kid?
When you had your first child?
27.
27.
Oh, okay. So you were already a parent when you locked in at 30.
Correct.
So we were having a discussion when you have to lock in. You say you might have to. You can wait till 33 now.
I think everything in maturation and age has been pushed back in the modern era.
Yes.
Kids stay at home longer. They develop slower.
Dudes can't even
Yeah.
afford houses anymore.
Yeah. So I think at like maybe 30, Jesus year, maybe you could wait till. But have you thought about getting anybody pregnant, Ebo?
No, that is not on my to-do list.
Well, I mean, I had
Maybe
a
Connor
kid at
Griffin.
28. It helped me grow up because before that I was just getting just absolutely hammered every Friday and Saturday. Stu, I'm sure having
What
a
are
kid
you doing
that helped
now?
you. That helped, well. Yeah, fair. Stu, I'm sure having a kid helped you to lock in, huh?
Lock in, kidding me? So I took my wife to the prom in March. I first met her in March of 1978, 11th grade. And then I took her to the prom, and then we went out 10 years and a day and got married. We went to Italy for a honeymoon for a month, came back home and said, we're not having kids immediately because this is too much fun. P.S. She was pregnant.
Hey, dude, a month in Italy's going to do that, Stu.
And in my teens and 20s, you know, I was known as maybe the all-time partier of ever. You know what I'm saying? You know, I would stay up for days and weeks on end, bring all my friends with me, spend thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands partying. I'm not saying that as a brag. I'm just saying that's how I live. My wife, when she was pregnant, sat me down and said, it's over.
Yeah.
There is no partying. There is no extracurricular activity. So from 1988 to 1995, we had 3 kids. I was squeaky clean.
Wow.
Almost no carbs, no sugar, no nothing for almost 7 years. I went from like 230 to 139. The only thing kept me sane, I was running 70 miles a week. I was running 10 miles a day, every day, 7-minute mile, you know, to just deal with life. So, you know, and then I had my third child. Finally, she let me off the hook, and ever since it's been debauchery. Caligula, you got nothing on me. You got nothing on me. No, you got nothing.
Caligula,
nothing.
I still get the grow up talk about twice a year. I had one like a few weeks ago though. So I think I'm in the clear for a while now.
Who's having that talk with you?
My wife.
Okay, good.
Who's Stu? I also started dating at 16, high school sweetheart, been together my whole life as well. Look at us. Cut
God
from the
bless.
Same cloth.
It's the way to do it.
It's a way to do it. All right, the other way to do it is to ask Brandon Walker about the Whysmen list. Brandon, college football Whysmen, who should we be talking about more?
Well, we still don't really have a Heisman leader. We have some guys that are up there in odds, but we don't really have somebody who's grabbed the Heisman by the neck and said, this is my award, everybody get behind me. So we look at games this weekend, who could jump up, who could have a big game. I look at, there's your odds right there with Fernando Mendoza leading it.
Heisman Mendoza.
Behind it, Julian Sayin, Diego Pavia. And then the guy I want to talk about first with a big opportunity this weekend, Marcel Reed at Texas A&M. This guy's thrown for 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,700 yards. He's been very good. He had the big win. He was awesome in the big win against Notre Dame. Now, in conference, he hasn't had the opportunity to have a gigantic look-at-me game because they haven't played anybody. They played Florida, they played Auburn, they played Mississippi State, they played Arkansas. So he's putting up points, but they haven't mattered yet. Well, where does it matter? In Baton Rouge against a desperate team this Saturday, an LSU team who might be ready to throw in the towel or might be ready to rally. We'll find out when they get there Saturday. But if Marcel Reed goes into Baton Rouge and he puts up 30-plus points, he puts up 300 yards, he puts up 3 touchdowns, I think you really have to move him up from that number 5 spot in odds in the Heisman. You really have to start looking. They'll be 8-0 at that point, and he'll be very good. So Marcel Reed is my Whysman number 1. Whysman number 2, Julian Sayin. And Julian Sayin is very interesting because I believe, pound for pound, he's probably been the best quarterback in the country this year. He has just been incredible. What percent of passes do you think he's completing?
I'm going to say 80%.
80% of his passes.
To be clear, guys, it says on the screen. It's absurd. It's an absurd number. That is like,
80% of his passes.
Yeah, I don't want to be flippant about
He's
that.
thrown for 300 yards 4 times. Now, listen, he is a Ferrari that they only take out of the garage every now and then. They are not exactly trying to stretch the field and dominate offensively. They're doing it when they can't, when every now and then they'll do it and they'll show off and they'll flex. Otherwise, they're just getting a lead. They're throwing the defense out on the field and saying, hey, dare you to come catch us. And he has been absolutely incredible this year in the spurts where they have allowed him to play. If down the stretch of the season they really open things up, I think he put up mind-boggling numbers and run away with the Heisman, especially given the fact the last 2 games will be against Michigan on the road and then the Big Ten title game. I think this might be the smartest bet on the board for the Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
They are just kind of beating the hell out of everybody. Huh?
They're just beating the hell out of
Look at
everybody.
the Wisconsin game. I think his first quarter stats were like 14 of 16 for 170. I think a couple tuds in there, and then they were just like, okay, that's it.
He literally looks like if you ever just seen like a 7-on-7 clip.
Yeah.
It just looks like 7-on-7 football when Ohio State's offense is on.
They're getting up 20 and they're shutting it down.
Does that, though, take away at all? Like you said, Ohio State quarterbacks just throwing to wide open receivers. Like, and you mentioned.
But he's not. You say he is, but he's not. If you look on film,
you said he was.
I know.
You said that's what Ohio State quarterbacks do.
I said Justin Fields, that throw was to a wide open receiver.
So what I'm saying is, though, you're calling up what is a larger perception, right? Which is kind of that Ohio State is just sleepwalking. I mean, actually, I want to have the Ohio State conversation later. Let's get to the third Whysman.
He does have the best receivers in the country, but he's still delivering, and he's still playing it. We've seen Ohio State when there's been a mediocre quarterback, and it hasn't really worked out. Anyway, my third guy, and you know my third guy, because my third guy is right on the tip of my tongue, and here's my third guy. I'm
Hey, now.
exactly who it is.
How many guys are on your tongue?
Of course, Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson. We talk about Jeremiah Smith. We talk about Ryan Williams at Alabama. Nobody talks about Jordan Tyson as much. If you saw the win against Texas Tech, when it got down to the nitty-gritty at the end, Sam Leavitt just focused, all right, I'm going to get it to Jordan Tyson as many times as I can. We're going to win the game. 57 catches. He's third in the country in catches. He's got 8 touchdowns. He's second in touchdowns. This guy is as playmaker gets. That's the big play in the final drive to take him down and win the game. It was just, he's their guy. He's one of the best receivers in the country, and nobody talks about him like that. If you're looking for a Heisman flyer, I don't know that he can win it, but I think with the Big 12 is going to be back and forth all the way to the end. I think Jordan Tyson is as good a player as there is in the country.
He has a chance. I was thinking about Jeremiah Love, but Notre Dame's going to have no big stages.
Well, I said him last week, and then he went out and delivered.
And he was awesome, but there's no big stages left for him, I don't think. Gunnar Stockton's kind of a name maybe to keep an eye on because he shows up. Stu, who are you keeping an eye on? Heisman.
I think Ty Simpson. I think Alabama is really playing over their skis.
Yeah.
And they're dangerous right now. I mean, after getting embarrassed early and almost being written off, all they've done is win, 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 win.
Yeah.
And they have a solid team all the way around. Their O-line is giving him a ton of time. He's extremely smart. He makes every tough throw. He makes every easy throw. I mean, obviously he's chalk, but I think Simpson is the play.
I look back at
So
him.
no Mendoza though.
He's amazing. He's unbelievable. It's Apple. It's right there. But if you're putting me against the wall right now, I'm betting touchdown.
Yeah, and again, Mendoza's going to struggle. We'll look at this in a second. But the Indiana and Ohio State schedules are just there's just nothing left. for any of us
Indiana's
to want to
basically
tune into.
finished.
Yeah,
No, they're done until the
yeah.
Yeah, they have nothing left. I mean, that Big Ten schedule is so soft. And
Undefeated
fun.
UCLA.
All right, then. It's true. Let's dominoes. Let's talk about. Let's play the take your pick game. Take your pick game. College football playoff. I know. Sorry.
You okay?
We have. So our producer Jer Bear is objectively pretty dumb.
Right.
But every now and then he does something smart, and he has tried to compare two teams that are kind of on equal footing, and we have to choose who we believe in more to potentially make the playoffs. Or maybe just believe in more, because there's some of these where I don't think either one makes it. And let's start with what I think is an example of that. Michigan or Tennessee? Who do you trust more right now?
To make the playoff?
Again,
You just told me that the Jer Bear, as you called him, had a smart moment. This is the dumbest question ever. Neither one of these teams
Well, exactly.
can be trusted.
So, yes,
These
no,
teams stink.
no, yes. Yes,
What are we doing?
yes,
Michigan or Tennessee?
I agree. I say neither, but if you had to pick one, because they're both
If
still
I
alive.
had to pick one,
They're both still alive.
I'm picking a 3-year-old child to win a dunk contest here. What am I doing?
Didn't you
Michigan
win
or
dunk contest?
Tennessee? Michigan or Tennessee? Tennessee still got. If I got my probably Tennessee. Better coach, more seasoned quarterback. Michigan has Ohio State left on the schedule. Tennessee does not have Ohio State left on the schedule. Now, I know Michigan has owned that rivalry lately, but it's got to flip at some point, right? So I would go Tennessee. Tennessee's not making the playoff, but I would trust them more than Michigan.
Boys?
I think Michigan has the path to 9-2, and then, like you said, if they just own Ryan Day like they have in the past, I think a 10-2 Michigan with a win over the number one team in the country is getting in the playoffs.
Well, they're in, yeah, if they do
10-2,
that.
yes. A 10-2 Big Ten team will almost assuredly be in, no matter what, in many cases. Griff, what do you think?
Yeah, and I do think Michigan found a little bit of something in that game against Washington over the weekend. Maybe they keep that going moving forward. But Tennessee, to your point, Brandon, I think they play Oklahoma and then Vanderbilt the last week of the season, both at home. They don't have to play the number one team in the country. I would roll Tennessee.
I think Tennessee's the wrong answer here. I think
Really?
their defense sucks so bad.
It does suck.
That it makes them so brittle. And you saw it the other day. They have a puncher's chance because of how good the offense is. But if you catch him on the chin, you can knock him out, because the defense will just continue to get dominated the entire game. So, yeah, no, I would go Michigan here.
Yeah, but Michigan has gotten. You look at Tennessee's two losses. They lost on the road at Alabama. Tennessee lost at home to Georgia. Michigan, when they have lost, they have just looked like they didn't belong on the field with USC and Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair.
Their offense stinks.
It's getting better. It's conservative style that plays error-free. It's like playing ping pong against someone, and you just keep returning it and bank on them hitting it out.
That's boring.
I agree. Notre Dame or Texas Tech?
They're both making the playoffs. So if I had to, I mean, I would say
But you got to choose one.
I would say Notre Dame. Notre Dame. You want to talk about somebody who's put the hay in the barn already? Getting through USC pretty much locks it up for them. They're going to go 10-2 to me. I don't see who's going to beat them. Is at Pitt going to beat them? Like, that's the only one. I think Notre Dame is going to get to the finish line at 10-2. They only have losses to Miami on the road and to Texas A&M, who's a playoff team. So I like them. I think Texas Tech's also going to make it because they're the class of the Big 12, even though they lost last week. They're the class of the Big 12. They're going to make it, but I would say Notre Dame out of these two.
Yeah, Notre Dame's done it. Texas Tech, the loss gives them no margin of error. So,
So you think 10-2 Notre Dame over 10-2 Texas Tech? Because I think that's what will probably happen if they are both 10-2. The committee will lean Notre Dame.
They're going to be real
But is that fair?
hard-pressed to
Is it
keep
fair to
Notre Dame
lean
out.
Notre Dame over Texas Tech?
Well, Texas
they're both
Tech's,
10-2?
well,
Well,
Texas Tech's record could get weird, though, because they'll probably play in the conference championship
Yeah.
game.
Who-
So you could be looking at 11-2.
Who are we calling the Big 12 champ in this scenario?
I mean, we got undefeated BYU. I mean, Cincinnati's hanging around. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for teams in the Big 12 to step up and make the conference championship.
if we're talking at large, 10-2 Notre Dame, 10-2 Texas Tech, and Notre Dame's two losses are to Miami and Texas A&M, I think Notre Dame's getting that spot.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next on the list. These are a little bit random. South Florida or Louisville? I think there's a little disrespect to Tulane here, but that's fine as far as group of 5 teams go. I love Jeff Brom. Obviously, he's incredible in these top 5 matchups, but Louisville just seems to slip up.
They already have.
I know they already did against Virginia, obviously. And so I guess by default, I'm going to go South Florida here.
But that one loss has aged pretty nicely, though, to Virginia.
Yeah.
And the common opponent here, South Florida and Louisville of Miami. I mean, South Florida got trounced by Miami. So, I don't know. I kind of lean Louisville. Also because I still have faith in Miller Moss, as we talked about.
Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville's got insane weapons in Isaac Brown and Chris Bell.
Yes.
Just 2 absolute speed demons on the outside and in the backfield. South Florida is in a tricky spot because I think everyone kind of anointed them the G5 team at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That American is tough, and they still kind of have to play each other the way
They
it's
got
lined
Memphis
up.
this weekend. I know Memphis is coming off the loss, but that's just going to make them more
That's
desperate.
Dangerous spot, man. It's a really dangerous spot. I would pick Louisville out of these two because I'm just going to make the exact same point he just made. I feel like we anointed South Florida as the G5 leader, and that gauntlet they got to run for the rest of the season through that conference is tough.
Final one, real quick here, guys. Virginia or Oklahoma? I think this is actually easy. I think it's Virginia just because Oklahoma's schedule is impossible.
Yeah.
They have 5 ranked teams left. They got Ole Miss. They're at Tennessee, at Alabama, home against Mizzou, and then home against LSU, who will likely not be ranked by that time. But still, that's a brutal finish to the year.
That is an absolutely ridiculous. Oklahoma could sue the SEC for the schedule. For the schedule that Texas got handed when they came to the conference, and the schedule Oklahoma got handed. Oklahoma should sue the SEC. I think they would win. The answer is Virginia. I had them as my surprise team in the country coming into the season. They can.
So, wow, look at you.
Well, I have to take my wins when I can get it because I had Penn State winning the national championship, so give me the Virginia win. Listen, I think Virginia, they can score points. They've got that one loss. It doesn't matter in the conference, but somehow it matters. Whatever. It's Virginia. Wide open ACC.
All
They have
right.
a very easy path.
And Jake Malasek on their side.
But yeah, and Jake convinced me to put a Chandler Morris Heisman bet in. It's going to make us a lot of money when it hits. That's all I know.
Can I just chime in for one second?
Yeah, come on.
I am on my knees literally. Every morning I'm on my knees to pray. That's how I start.
To pray,
I
okay.
do my prayers and meditation. But I am on my knees praying that some way, somehow, Michigan can beat Ohio State because our king, the boss, Dave Portnoy, would just literally be on fire with content.
We
and
cannot.
his condescending content to the world when Michigan is on top, similar to how the Patriots are on top right now, is second to none. I just love it. I love putting a smile on him.
Because you don't have to be around him, Stu. You don't have to deal with him on a week-to-week basis like we do.
Patriot
Understood.
Dave.
That's true. I'm a fan by afar. I watch him on my phone. But God, is he electric when Michigan really rolls.
Bro.
And you won't be able to contain. He'll buy another 3 houses for $30 million just for kicks. I mean, come on, baby. Let's go, Michigan. You gotta beat Ohio State for the company, for Dave Portnoy.
No.
He deserves
Stu,
it.
stop. Do not put that into the universe, dude.
He deserves
Dealing
it.
with Patriot Dave is enough. We don't need Michigan Dave being able to victory lap Bryce Underwood beating Ohio State again. Okay, let's go to break. When we get back, what are we taking into the next week? What are we leaving behind? It's time for Griff-Ins Outs coming up here on FS1.
Stu, you're going to hate it.
We cannot. Dave can. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. It is time to learn what's in and what's out with our guy Connor Griff-Ins Outs.
Thank you, T-Bob. Love this. So the stuff we saw the past couple of days in sports that we want to bring with us into this next weekend and beyond, as well as the things that we want to leave behind, the stuff that we did not like. So first and foremost, my first in, it's the Sandman. Adam Sandler is so in. He's been going on tour. He's been hitting up all these different cities. In every single city he goes to, he's just been linking up with the sports teams who either play in that arena. Yesterday he was with Caleb Williams. Here he is with the Chicago Bulls. He's been with the Red Wings. He was stopping by University of Kentucky men's basketball. He's just been going to these facilities, hanging out, getting some shots up while he's selling out arenas. He lives such a crazy life that is so good, and I love Adam Sandler, and he's killing it right now.
Still kind of the ultimate common man. Like, how would we all live if we got as famous as Adam Sandler? He still dresses every once. He just wants to hoop all the time.
He's collecting customized jerseys.
Shout out Adam. That's badass, dude.
Why didn't we bring him here to shoot at our basketball court?
I would have loved that.
He gives away tens of millions of dollars to charities. Jim.
Really?
Unbelievable amount of money. Tens of millions of dollars.
There you go.
I mean, just the salt of the earth, Adam Sandler.
All right, what's next? What's out?
I have something on that later too, Stu. All right, my next out. It's not knowing the rules. In the NFL this year, we've seen multiple times, we have it right here with the Texans. They have the ball with 2:04 remaining. Kick the ball out of bounds and maintain the 2-minute warning as a timeout. We've seen it multiple times where they refuse to do it. They lose 40 seconds off the game clock. With this new dynamic kickoff, you can kick the ball out of bounds. You can kick it out of the end zone. It's either at the 35 or the 40. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Save the 2-minute warning. They won't do it. If I see it again, I'm going to lose my mind.
You could kick it 1 inch.
1 inch, Ebo. That's all.
1 inch Ebo.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Look at old 1 inch Ebo over here.
I'm sorry, Ebo. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. D'Amico's a good coach too. I'm surprised he wasn't aware of that.
I don't know if it's a kicker thing or a coach thing, but you got to just boot it out of bounds or kick it.
You got to have a nerd on the staff who's telling you that.
Correct.
Like Ebo could be that guy.
When you're
1
trying
inch.
to-
Where's 1 inch Ebo? What do we do here?
When you're trying to get back into a game, you're trying to save time, use the 2-minute timeout. Anyway, I just had to say that. My next it's learning the hard way. We're all sports fans.
Yeah.
We know it's pain. We know it's suffering. And this elementary school teacher in Miami, she's been doing this all season.
I follow her.
Yes. She has
I
been,
bet you do.
Relax. Relax, guys. Relax.
she's been tracking
pretty.
Tua Tagovailoa's season. I believe she calls it the road to 4,000 passing yards. And she's using this game by game to teach her students math, where they'll track his passing stats each game. She has the list of all the games on the side along with the wins and losses. There's a lot of L's there,
They
obviously.
are not getting to 4,000 yards. Right?
Yeah, they might not even make it halfway. To
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's been ugly. Her face, you could see, she's like the facial expression. It's like she's just gone to war. After that game last week against the Browns, these students, though, they're learning that sports is tough. They're learning at a very early age the right lessons. It is pain. So I like this. I want to see more.
She does a lot of work with the NFL in general too.
NFL Elementary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. Shout out to her. All right.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. My next out. It is the Colorado Avalanche, because they are the Quebec Nordiques. Pardon me. They're bringing back these throwback
Quebec
uniforms. Yes. And actually, I think tomorrow, Thursday, they're playing the Carolina Hurricanes, who are also bringing back the Hartford Whalers uniforms. It's going to be an electric jersey
That's
matchup.
sick.
Yes. I can't wait to see this. The Colorado Avalanche,
Okay.
They're out.
Okay,
It's the
so you're
Quebec
not
Nordiques.
out on the Nordiques. Okay, I see where you're
Yes.
saying. For tomorrow, it is Nordiques and Whalers.
I'm
That's
done
gonna
with the
look
Avalanche. Yes, this is going to be.
Those are sick uniforms, and so are the Hartford Whalers. Also, the Avalanche are they were undefeated going into last night. I don't know if they won, but they're really smoking it right now.
Should be a great matchup.
Stu, how do you feel about whale tail? When a thong is poking up above the jeans, it kind of looks like a tail.
I'm going to pass on that. It's a hard pass.
You got dogs sitting over there. You got raw meat. You're throwing it at him. You're expecting him not to eat it.
Discipline. All right, what do we got? What's our next in?
This is related to what you were saying about charity, Stu. My next charity. Because Randy Johnson.
that's related.
Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, that's just cool by the big unit.
Charity. You know, donate to charity. Do good things in this world. Randy Johnson, he was at this autograph signing, and people asked him, hey, how come you don't sign jerseys? And he said it's because it's really like the number one thing that you could sell for charity, for auctions, for bidding and everything like that. And he wants to make sure that his autograph on a jersey carries the most weight if it's being sold for charity. So he does not sign any jerseys out in public. And I thought it's just a great thing just to remind people at home, hey, charity, it's important. That's it.
Brandon, as our resident Mantique obsessed man,
Right.
How do you feel about Randy here?
Well, I think it's awesome. I think I don't know if I'd ever heard Randy Johnson speak.
He's got a deep voice.
He's got a
dude.
deep
He's
voice.
got a deep voice.
Like
bro.
I was like really impressed at his voice, but I now want a Randy Johnson jersey. So bad.
How much money are you willing to give to charity?
A lot. I did not know I wanted a Randy Johnson jersey before I saw this clip, and I want one so bad.
Yeah. He does have a really deep voice.
But yeah, he's got a deep voice, and he was very thoughtful and articulate when
Yeah.
saying that. And I was like, because when I saw the clip and I saw Randy Johnson explains why he doesn't sign jerseys, my immediate reaction was like, get over yourself, dude. Sign
Yeah.
whatever the fans want. And then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, well, I should get over myself.
Yeah.
I'm the idiot here.
Yeah, he understands economic principles.
Yeah.
A little forced scarcity.
Seems like the man.
Stu, are you in and out or on adults getting autographs?
Out.
Okay.
Okay.
Griff, what's next?
Well, my last out, We talked about the wholesome nature of charity. Unfortunately, I have to be out on fun. Fun is gone.
Why?
Fun is gone.
You just went to a Tate McRae concert last night.
We can talk about that later. The Ravens, they say their locker room, they are banning the video game consoles. They're banning the ping pong table. They're banning all this fun, the basketball hoop, because they're 1-5. They need to lock in. No more fun allowed in the Baltimore Ravens organization. They are done with fun for the rest of the year. Therefore, I am done with fun.
Have they had a players-only meeting yet?
No,
I have not heard.
This is one of the emergency glass cases, so that maybe they still have players only in their back pocket.
They're banning the wrong thing. Why don't they ban injuries?
That's
good point.
true.
Injuries to the quarterback is what got him here, so why don't they ban that? That's stupid to ban the games.
Why don't they ban playing awful defense despite investing a lot of money in the defense?
Ban terrible defense.
That would probably help out the Baltimore Ravens as well. Another excellent edition of Connor's Griff-Ins and Outs, where he lets us know what's hot and what's not. Great work, Connor. Great work, Connor. We still got Hannah Montoya's football fashion report coming up. We got to talk some baseball coming up next. It's Ebo's time to shine. The 1-inch birthday boy himself. Don't go anywhere. More Wake Up. Friday, the World Series begins right here on Fox as Shohei Ohtani and the reigning champion Dodgers take on Vlad Jr. and the Blue Jays. Game 1 of the World Series coverage begins Friday at 7 Eastern, only on Fox. What a series that is going to be, Guy. As we said yesterday, Ryan Dipster confirmed it. Vlad Jr. officially a top 10 Canadian in the country's entire history. Shohei coming off of what was the best individual performance we've ever seen. All the losers who talk about the rest of the playoffs, Shohei too, like, shut up. That's not the point of the conversation. Ebo, I think this is maybe the most generic way to frame it, but I want to hear what you have to say. Sell me why this isn't just Dodgers here.
One, it's baseball. I've been saying that. It's baseball.
Okay.
Baseball is always...
It's a good point.
It's a game of baseball.
It's a really good point.
Anything can happen.
He's right.
I think the biggest sell here is that the Blue Jays have postseason heroes, like legitimate, like heroes. George Springer, I believe, has the highest championship win probability added of any player ever in the history of the postseason. Vlad Guerrero slugging over 900 just this postseason. He's been awesome. The Blue Jays, I think, match up very differently than the Yankees did last year, where the Dodgers kind of exploited the fact that the Yankees didn't play good defense and didn't put the ball in play. Blue Jays, lowest strikeout rate in the league this year. Alejandro Kirk, unbelievable defender behind the plate. They kind of can play traditional baseball, if you will, against the juggernaut that is the MVPs of Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani.
So can the lineup stand up against the Dodgers starting pitching, which I believe up to this point in the playoffs is 9-1 with like a 1.76 ERA?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to really talk the game inside the game, I think something that's really underrated, and there was a great article in Fangraphs this morning about how both these teams are top 5 in hitting the splitter, which has been the #1 pitch in terms of increase in the postseason this year. A lot of teams are throwing splitters. Trey Savage is a great splitter pitcher. Kevin Gausman, great splitter pitcher. Ohtani. So Blue Jays, best hitting team against the splitter in the regular season this year. If they can hit the splitter, this is a very balanced offensive series, I would say.
Stu, do you have World Series plays? You got any reads on this upcoming World Series?
I mean, it's a foregone conclusion. I mean, you could puff Toronto, you could sell Toronto. That's what people have to do.
Yeah.
Hoping it's not a 4-game sweep. I think the Dodgers are arguably a top 10 greatest team that's ever played baseball. Oof. So Blue Jays don't stand up to that type of smoke. I mean, they have the best starting pitching. They have an electric offense. They have clutch hitters, whether it's 6, 7, 8, 9. Forget about their top 5. They just do everything. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be fun. I think it's a Dodger coronation. And besides them striking next year, it's a three-peat. They'll win this year. They'll win next year. They're going to be better next year than this year. I mean, it's a frightening team. And Blake Snell, is going to pitch lights out. It doesn't have a World Series. He's going to get the World Series this year.
Two things on this series. One, tough look for the people that say this isn't the World Championship. You have a Dodgers team that has superstar Japanese talent.
Yeah, where you at, Noah Lyles?
From Toronto playing. And what was my second point? I forgot my second point.
It was going to be good.
No, it was good. You have international players and Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know the point,
Championship.
but
I watched a lot of Toronto this year
yeah,
because
man,
obviously I watch Mets Yankees. I'm married into Mets Yankees, and Toronto played great when they played great. I just think that the Dodgers played they played possum the whole year.
Yeah.
They didn't show you anything. They didn't show you this electric starting four. They really have starting seven, really, but their starting four is electric. When Ohtani would be an ace, a number one on anybody else's staff, and then all of a sudden he's the four, it's a tough look. I mean, it's a tough look.
They didn't show you anything, and now Shohei showing you everything.
remember my second point. There will be some sort of go-ahead home run late in the game in the series.
There you go.
Both teams have ERAs over 4.75 in their bullpen.
Okay, there you go. Thank you guys. Coming up next hour. Still got a ton to get to. We got Hannah Montoya's Fashion Report. We're going to dive into the biggest NFL and college football games of the weekend. Stu's got picks for you. The Source here on FS1. Keep it locked. Wake Up Barstool. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. In case you're just joining us, it's Wednesday, which you know means it's me and Brandon and Ebo and Connor. But today, we have the legend himself, Stu Feiner, The Source, making his national television debut.
Hello, everyone. I love you. I hope you're enjoying your breakfast. I hope you're enjoying your Stella Blue. Start the day with Stella Blue.
Hold on,
we're ready to roll. Ready to roll.
Okay. Without mentioning names, because ads get weird on here, can you describe, was it a seafood tower that you were describing that you had yesterday? Something with lobster.
It's a lobster pot pie.
The lobster pot pie. Can you describe the lobster pot pie for me?
At am I allowed to say
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adelita Prime is the sizzling hottest restaurant in Chicago. I'm gonna say in the United States and arguably the world. Okay. Shout out France. Shout out Italy. Adelita Prime has nothing that you don't have. Okay. So I had this lobster pot pie, and it had like the shell of the lobster squished in. With the pie was about, I would say, 12 inches. It was enormous, and the crust was breathtaking. When you get a pot pie that the crust is just breathtaking, like eating a biscuit, it was unbelievable. It was melting in my mouth, and then within it was chunks of lobster, and then you had all the accoutrements of all the vegetables cut perfectly, and the actual pie, the juice was unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
Might be the best thing I've ever had in my life. Second to none. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. What a day yesterday. I just ate all day. I opened up, had pancakes. So I had pancakes. I had a Swiss cheese omelet with ham. I had a double bacon, turkey bacon, by the way.
Smart.
Turkey bacon, because I was watching the calories.
Yeah.
And then I never do this, but I did it yesterday. Had a vanilla milkshake for breakfast. I love vanilla milkshakes.
Oh, there's the pie right there, dude.
There it is.
Oh, my God, that looks good.
I mean, no, it's better than advertised. It was so great.
Look at the crust, dude. I mean, you're absolutely right. The crust looks amazing. It looks perfect. It looks flaky, delicious, buttery.
I love crust. So then this morning, I had to burn it off. So I did my 15-15-30 routine.
Which is what? Your famous?
No.
I want to hear about it. No, I want to hear.
15 minutes doing push-ups.
Yes.
15 minutes doing sit-ups. 30 minutes planks.
Okay. Was there another 15-30 that I'm unaware of?
15 minutes push-ups, 15 minutes sit-ups, 30 minutes planks.
30 minutes of planks?
Yes.
That's a lot of
on
planks.
On and off for a minute. On and off for a minute.
You're throwing him hospital balls.
I rested 69 seconds within the planks.
That makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense.
All right.
Get that heart rate under control.
Shout out 15-15-30. Shout out exercise. You have to exercise in the morning.
You got to.
Exercise starts a day. Prayers, meditation, attitude of gratitude, being grateful for what you have in life.
This is what I'm freaking talking about,
exercise.
dude.
Then you burn calories.
This is what I'm talking about, Stu. God, I love you so much.
No, because
gratitude.
I mean, so many people, and I see it all around. Remember, I'm going to be 65. I'm older than dirt. So many people struggle with their mental ability to lock in and feel good about themselves. They just do not feel good about themselves. They feel insecure. They feel fearful. They feel inadequate. You know, fear. Forgetting everything about recovery. Recovery meaning health for yourself, mental health. You have to be positive. You have to love yourself. Okay, that's a God-given right. Love yourself. Love yourself, trust yourself, hug yourself. Hug it out. I love you. I believe in you. There's nothing you can't do. But it starts in the morning.
I mean,
it starts with prayers, meditation, exercise, 15-15-30.
I feel like how Plato must have felt sitting at the foot of Socrates, learning from one of the great philosophers of our time. God, I love you, Stu.
I feel like Luke Skywalker must have felt when he sat at the feet of Mr. Spock.
No.
This is what he does.
When he was on Dagobah, learning from Yoda. Yes,
we have a
I
great
agree.
moment right there from Stu, and Brandon has to poo-poo it with his stupid, Star Wars.
10 years ago today, the first Force Awakens trailer.
It was a great moment.
How about
I love Brandon's sarcasm right now. I've been on Brandon since he was in New York. I love Brandon. I love everything about Brandon. I love his sarcasm. I love his intellect. I love his sexiness. Brandon gives the best hug you ever had in your life. When Brandon hugs you,
Don't tell people about my hugs.
All's good in the world. He's a great hugger. Even though he has
that was a good hug.
That tough looking face where he doesn't care. He has the biggest heart.
That was a really sweet hug. That was a really sweet hug. He does have a big heart. He does have a big heart. All right, let's get into the NFL.
What?
Oh, yeah.
When are we going to dinner, me and you?
We have to lock it in.
Because you always invite me to these group dinners. I'm not going out to eat with
I know,
Vince.
and I spoke to Sandy about it. And Sandy said, you have to go out with Brandon alone.
Yeah, okay.
So it's 100%.
All right.
I'll go to a group dinner.
How about this? Can we go to Adelita Prime?
Oh, I'd love to.
Okay, that's it. Perfect.
All right,
It's an
guys.
honor.
So some NFL conversations I want to have right now. I want to talk about the Bucs. I want to talk about your Eagles a little bit, and I want to talk about your Cowboys a little bit. But let's start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right now, the question and it's a bit reactive, but the question is basically, are the Bucs fraudulent? The basis upon which this is being built is the fact that they have a negative point differential on the season despite having the winning record. I think it's them and the Bears are the only two teams with winning records and negative point differentials. Stu, you looked like you had an emphatic face when I asked this question. Are the Bucs fraudulent?
No two ways about it. I mean, Detroit Lions might be, besides the Chiefs, the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
It looks like right now Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl. So when the Lions undressed the Bucs, that is not a negative against the Bucs. Bucs are a well-run team. They had a couple of key injuries in game.
Yeah.
In-game injuries.
A lot of injuries this year in total.
That actually, really, derailed them. And I was so happy because I had the Lions monster and I needed the Lions for my life, by the way. Let's throw that in. Wave the reigning game of the year, Lions. But no, I think the Bucs are going to go into playoffs as long as they're healthy. They're very well coached, very well disciplined, and Baker is an elite quarterback. He could win the Super Bowl. So no, I'm all in on the Bucs.
That DC hire that the Lions made in Kelvin Shepard has been a home run.
Bro, it was, he was.
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Didn't miss a beat.
Wait, so that's one of my favorite teammates, friends.
Oh, yeah,
He's
LSU.
from Georgia. We both went to LSU from Georgia. He's a Stevenson kid. He was an unbelievable leader in college. He was a great NFL player, and now he seems like he's going to be one of the hottest coaching candidates going forward.
Yeah, so he, as Stu said, completely undressed the Bucs with all those injuries. Bucs do get the Saints this week, and then they have a bye.
Yeah,
So
they got the
hopefully-
Saints. They get right. Everybody
Yeah.
gets a town.
They'll be all right.
We're the town bicycle.
Why I don't think the Bucs. I think this question is actually a little ridiculous. I don't think they're a fraud because what is their crime? Winning close games, getting the ball in the fourth quarter.
So that I think is actually it, because people say, well, you can't that consistently win one score game.
That's fine, but in the NFL, it's the margins are razor thin.
Yeah.
It is a last possession league a lot of the time, and it doesn't matter if you're playing the Carolina Panthers, or Seattle Seahawks, Chicago Bears. Doesn't matter who you're playing. If it's a fourth quarter game and you got a quarterback in Baker Mayfield who has a penchant for winning fourth quarter games,
that's what he does.
You are not a fraud.
I agree. All right, then. All right, so I think we're all in agreement there pretty much. Bucs are real. Shout out Stephen Che. Have the Philadelphia Eagles finally discovered or figured out their passing attack? This one's maybe a bit more complicated to me because we see this with Philly. Like we thought they did against LA, right? They needed to throw their way back into that game.
Right,
they did.
right.
Oh, we're going to be able to do this forever. And then some weeks they just seemingly don't have it. Griff, you're our Eagles lover, expert. You got your Sixers sweater on. By the way, production, my ear's open if you want to close that. Have the Eagles finally figured out their passing game?
I'm scared to say anything because I have one particular critique that Brandon hates, and whenever I bring it up, he throws something at me. So that's why he's been.
Oh, that's why he's grabbing
Yes.
various objects. Okay.
I think Jalen Hurts is a winner. I think he played one of the best games of his career last weekend. I think A.J. Brown, the relationship that he has with Jalen Hurts is a bit overblown. They hate each other and all this type of stuff. I think they're very talented players. The offense has a lot of very talented weapons, but I don't think that Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, is utilizing them in the best way possible. We've wound
Who's that?
It's Kevin Patullo. He's the offensive coordinator. If you watch the game and you watch the film, a lot of the big plays down the field, it's when the plays break down because the initial route concepts aren't open because the offensive coordinator doesn't do a great job.
Oh, so you're doing a classic Eagles thing. You're just blaming the OC.
Yes.
No, but this is what happens.
Yeah, okay. The song remains the same for Eagles fans.
I don't think that it's a great system right now. We still haven't been able to get Saquon Barkley going, and Jalen Hurts is really trying to improvise to keep this passing game afloat. We were able to do it on Sunday, but I do worry moving down the line that Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, is just not experienced enough. We have not necessarily found the easiest ways to move the ball downfield. Even this was a struggle, but Jalen Hurts just did a great job overcoming the struggle in this one. Against a very good pass defense by the Vikings, by the way, #1 in the league.
Brandon Walker?
Brandon. You just won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Your coaching staff, minus the offensive coordinator, just won the Super Bowl. Your quarterback just won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So what I'm about to say, I acknowledge he won the biggest game in the biggest spot. Your quarterback is not consistent from week to week. He is not a quarterback who every single week is going to show up and throw for 300 yards. You're going to get bad versions of Jalen Hurts. So when you throw for 300 yards and it says, have they figured out the offense? No, they just had a good game from their quarterback. That's what it is. You don't have Tom Brady in his prime. You don't have Peyton Manning in his prime. You have a guy who occasionally can put it together, but the relationship between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, just last week, in the 2-game losing streak, Jalen Hurts is saying, yeah, we had a team meeting with the running back, the receivers, and everybody, and me. And A.J. Brown said, no, we didn't. There's something there.
Could I say one thing more so? And I do give credit to Patullo for finally figuring this out.
If you say Patullo again, you're going to the penalty box if you say Patullo again.
For the first time this year, the Eagles actually ran play action from under center. They ran play action from under center. It did allow for more stuff to open up. It also could potentially get the run game going, but so far, offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo has not been able to figure that out.
You threw that at us! You threw that at us! It was a bad throw. I tried.
So we'll see. We'll see. I like where the Eagles are trending. Get back game, hopefully against the Giants this week. We got to redeem ourselves after that terrible loss to the Giants.
Does anybody have any idea why? Catch it, Stu. You got it. Does anybody have any idea why Saquon Barkley hasn't gotten going? Stu, do you know?
I think it's obviously I'm personal friends with Saquon Barkley.
Okay, obviously.
Hang out with him.
Yep, I knew that.
With Big Dom, hang out with Nick. Shout out Eagles. It is a tale as old as time. When you win the Super Bowl, the following year, everything possible will go wrong. So what's happening is things are going wrong. What's happening is last year they had a perfect season.
Yeah.
Saquon had a perfect season. Their offensive line for a full year might have been the Dallas Cowboys 1993 epic level offensive line. And now everyone's gunning for them. Also, there's a lot of turmoil within the team because the players that didn't get the sizzle and the spotlight last year for doing the grinding that made Saquon look so great, that made their defense look so great. Now they're like, hey, what about me? Hey, I don't get the money, I don't get the sizzle, and I believe there's a lot of contention within the team. There's a lot of turmoil. Now, let me just say something about Jalen Hurts. That was one of the greatest games I've ever seen any quarterback play in the history of football. He should have been sacked 7 or 8 times, and he has a knack where he could feel it, almost like a radar. He just has a subtle slip, a subtle slide.
Like water.
And he just goes. He's unbelievable. I think his A game is an A++ game. It's equivalent to anybody's game in the NFL, maybe anybody's game ever, but to Brandon's point, it's not consistent. He does not bring it every single game. I think, though, the Eagles, all their problems are because it's a Super Bowl hangover. It's a tale as old as time. Besides the Chiefs, nobody's repeated since the Patriots, I think, 03. So It's what it is. It's how it is. Everything should go wrong. They catch no breaks. The microscope is on everyone because we put them on an elite level, an epic level. Saquon, 2,000 yards, 70-yard runs every game. Not happening now. They're loading the box, and now what they're going to do is they're going to say, Jalen beat us again. Jalen
See if he can do it every week. So one quarterback that is playing consistent on his A game right now are the Dallas Cowboys. And so it does beg the question, are the Cowboys a threat in the NFC? For what it's worth, I say no. I think anytime you have a defense that bad, it's impossible to beat. Like, they can punch anybody on any given week, take them down, but they'll never be consistent enough to make a championship run, Brandon.
No, the defense is too bad. They're not good. Now, I am hearing rumblings that they're trying to make a big swing right before the deadline and get a defensive difference maker. But if they don't do that, they're an exciting team. They're a very fun team to watch. Dak Prescott's playing at an MVP level. He doesn't get the respect he deserves. He is a fantastic quarterback, but the defense is too bad to make them a real contender. Now, if they were to sneak into the wild card round, I would be terrified if I'm a legit contender and I'm playing them, because Dak might put up 40 and beat me and end my season, but they can't win 2 or 3 games in a row in the playoffs.
If there's one position you think the Dallas Cowboys need to get better at on the defensive side of football, what is the first one you think they should trade for?
I think they need a pass rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you suggesting?
I would suggest
trading for Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons would be a great.
It's not a bad call, Ebo. That's pretty forward thinking by you, dude.
Yes.
I heard a little Jeffrey Simmons talk from the Titans.
But I mean, right now,
getting all the Mississippi State guys back together.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, you're not stopping them.
Yeah.
No.
You're not stopping
And
them.
Javonte
Williams is good.
And Jake Ferguson. We had Jake on yesterday.
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, he goes under the radar right now. But with CD and Pickens healthy, Dak healthy in this NFL where it's, pass happy, I don't want to play them. I don't want to play them.
I agree.
They can outscore you with zero defense.
I agree.
They can outscore you.
I think it'll hold them back from winning the NFC, but the wild card point is very well made.
Well,
they can knock somebody off.
George Pickens is playing like an A++++.
Yeah.
Right now, he's playing the best ball of his life. He might be the best receiver in the NFL.
There it is, guys. A little NFL talk coming up next. We'll stay in the NFL, but our girl Hannah Montoya is going to come in for a football fashion report. Don't go anywhere. We got more. Wake up, Carson! Get out of here! Leave the studio.
Yes, it's right.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for one of my favorite segments of every week as our very talented Hannah Montoya takes us inside the world of football fashion.
Oh my God. Wow. That looks unreal. Thank you, guys. That feels really good. That's awesome. Stu, I'm so happy you're here.
I love you.
That. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I have to start with something that's super biased because, as you guys know, I talk about it all the time. Big Hat makes fun of me. I went to Appalachian State.
Let's go, baby. Go Nears.
Let's go. Roll Nears. It's the best ever. They brought back one of their really old helmets. The last time they wore it was in 1988. So they brought it back for good luck. Unfortunately, that was not good luck.
Oh, man, I love that, too. Look at that logo,
because that's you.
Yeah, I mean, that's
you. That's your face. We gotta get you one of those helmets.
You do look like Yosef.
What's his name, Yosef?
Yosef. He's the Mountaineer.
My middle name is Yosef.
Well, now
there you go, dude.
The flying Yosef helmets. So these ones are, new but old, classic. Definitely a bad luck charm, and I don't want to talk about the game. That's an unfortunate thing.
This is...
Ebo went to JMU.
Yeah, this is a one for me just because App State's now our biggest rival, apparently. So.
Yeah, it's the biggest rivalry in college football.
Hate them.
JMU, the Dukies and the Nears?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Wait, you don't like this, Brand? I thought you liked this. This is old school. It's straight to the point. It's just a straight-up mountain man, an Appalachian man.
It looks too much like you.
It looks like T-Bob and a pilgrim squished together.
Yes,
there we go!
And honestly, that's okay. And now I feel like I'm just going to look at that and see T-Bob, so that's fine.
Yeah, I guess where's the
look
hat?
at our field.
The
Isn't it the
profile
best
view?
ever? Kid Brewer. It's amazing. Okay, next one up. I'm really excited. This was kind of an interesting one. I wish we had the video, honestly, because it looks worse when he's walking
What
with
are
it.
these
Bijan
shoes?
Robinson from the Falcons. Yeah, and those are definitely just boxers, so.
Yeah, I mean, look, I I love short shorts. I love tight short shorts. You've highlighted that on here before.
Yes.
I don't love these dress shoes with the rest of this outfit. I think it could have worked until the shoes. It kind of ruined it.
Hannah, may I ask?
Absolutely.
We've been seeing this as a common trend in these white high socks with black shoes. Isn't that a faux pas?
I don't mind it. I don't like low socks.
Okay.
I don't like seeing too much ankle. But
high socks are
right. I actually fully don't even know where that came from.
There's no way to know. There's no way to know who threw that.
I genuinely turned and then all of you looked away. That was like guilty like dogs. Yeah, I guess overall pretty understood. We don't really like this one.
Nah.
Yeah,
I would.
I
Yeah.
got it, number
he just
one.
went with red.
Can I complain about Carson real quick?
Yeah.
I was given my cards and they're all out of order.
Wow.
The 1 was behind the 5, the 10 was ahead of the 6. It's crazy.
I try to tell him he's just a consistent disappointment.
He might
every
be the
single
worst
day in
person we
this
have.
studio, dude. It's like I don't want to talk about it. Honestly, it pisses me off. All right, Hannah, what's next on the Passion Report?
Next up, we've got J.C. Latham from the Titans.
Damn. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, lot of skin being shown. I mean, not just. I said I don't like ankles, but now
Stu,
we've
could
got
you imagine having sex
body.
with that man?
Okay.
Look at that guy. He's a tank.
Maybe his girl, not him. No, absolutely not.
Stu, I feel like you could pull this off.
I could wear that. You know, I'd be looking like a hobbit, like shout out Hobbit.
He looks exactly like Scott Hall on the May 27th episode of WCW Monday
what do you think?
Nitro.
Yep, exactly what I was thinking.
When he came out of the crowd and started the NWO invasion.
I like a 7. We need a score, Connor.
He looks he looks tough. That's a man's man. You know,
He does, yes.
you're not getting in that guy's face for any reason,
No.
anytime, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stu, counterpoint.
Yes, sir.
Is that a purse?
It's a merce.
It's a merce. But
I carry
okay, are you gonna tell him? Are you gonna tell him that's a purse?
300,000 cash.
I
in
don't care. Yeah, I'll tell him.
It's a merce.
Get him on the show.
Okay.
That merce, it looks like
Evan Bosanko will tell
That could be
him.
like
Well, hold on.
$12,000. Hold on. That might be $12,000.
I would agree. I feel like it can only be expensive. If
Oh,
you're wearing
that's-
that with that outfit,
That's expensive.
It's gonna
That's
be loud.
thousands of dollars.
has to be.
It could be.
Oh, let's go, Hannah.
That was my left hand.
Edge, dude.
Okay, so next we've got Kyler Gordon. We have brought him on before, but I feel like we have to bring him back. This to me is more of like a villain outfit, a little bit like Nightmare Before Christmas vibes.
Is his hand in the bag?
He's got, it looks like a puppet, doesn't it? Like it looks inserted a little,
I love this.
but it's part of the fit.
I love this.
Is he Agent J or K?
Perfect 10. He looks super cool. It looks like an outfit that if you had it on, you would feel very confident. I like the Hitman gloves. I love the loose flowy pants. 10 out of 10. Love, love, love.
There's one behind-the-scenes worker, Julie, I believe, that
Yep.
every single time I do this show, she's the only one that gets my movie and TV show references.
Yep.
So I assume we will talk in a little bit about my Agent J.
Oh, I got it. It was a Men in Black thing.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
it's
Well,
like
nobody
right, a young Will Smith. That's what I'm looking at right there.
I like that a lot.
A
That's
young,
good.
sexy Will Smith.
Scores, guys. Put your
Shout out,
scores
Will.
up.
Give him a 9.
So we get the total.
I'll give him a. You know what? They're out of order. I don't even know what I'm pulling out here. It's a 3. I don't know how 3 is that far into
After
the.
all that, it's a 3.
I was gonna say,
Shout out 3.
that might have been one of our highest rated ones.
Yeah, it
before
seemed
the
like nobody
three,
really
but-
had any.
strong.
nobody had-
Well, if these were in order, it would have been like a 7.
Okay, that's
If
fair.
you weren't sabotaged this morning.
Are you talking about the Nitro after Starcade?
No,
Where they
I'm talking
chained
about.
up
Watch
Goldberg?
this. Watch this. Watch this. All right, I got 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
I got 1.
Yep. 8.
I got 8.
That makes sense.
2.
2.
Two.
I really hope something
Three.
happens.
3.
Hold
Did
on.
they get back in order?
Wait,
They
keep
kind of got
going.
back in order.
Okay, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
All right. All right.
Oh, no. Wait. Could you?
Wait.
No, don't do it, Brent.
Clip it. The clip farming? Is Brandon Walker clip farming on FS1?
All right, Hannah, what's next?
Okay, next one, we've got the Chargers Sunshine Gold uniforms.
The worst.
I mean, them in motion kind of makes it look worse. I think it's like,
It's not sunshine. It's urine.
Why does everybody
yeah,
hate these?
Looks like throw
dehydrated.
up. I don't like it.
Why does everybody hate these?
Because they're yellow.
Like bile a little bit.
Yeah.
The bottom of
Isn't
your
this the
throw up.
Buccaneers' old uniform?
those are orange.
Those are orange. Those are like the creamsicle, but it's in the same vein. It feels in the same vein, I would say.
These are pea yellow.
It's like you see those camp signs when we went to like Camp Barstool, where they say like they warn you if your pee looks that color. Like
It's true.
You're a bad teammate.
Oh, your hydration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They look
you're a bad
poisonous
teammate.
to eat
tough.
these uniforms.
It's tough.
They look quite disgusting.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
I think they're going back to their navy blue, all navy blue this week, which is an awesome look
That's yes.
compared to this, which is the worst look I've ever seen.
I agree. A lot of
well,
people think
bad
the powder
guys.
blue.
It's terrible.
It doesn't look serious.
I think their navy's
It's
the
not a
best look.
serious look.
Nobody likes Minions
true.
here.
I don't know about
I
that.
love Minions.
I was never.
Now, were they?
I love Minions.
Which Star Wars were they on?
Well, I mean, you know,
They were
Palpatine
Jabba the Hutt,
minions are
correct?
everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, there's a bounty.
They live
Whatever.
on Endor.
Just move on, Tito.
Endor was the one with
He's
two,
not
two
changing.
moons.
He's not changing.
On their way to steal the moon, they literally referenced Minions in their tweet.
Oh, you're thinking of the Ewoks.
And then, did you see what the Colts responded on Twitter?
Yes.
They put Gru overlooking all the Minions. All right, one more from our girl, Hannah Montoya.
Coach
All
Look,
right.
I got little kids. They like the Minion movies. They're pretty good. They're better than I thought. What do we
Oh.
got, Hannah?
Oh.
Okay, our last one. We've got the Blackhawks cosplaying as Top Gun.
Let's go, dude.
At
Big
first-
Blackhawks fans.
Let's go.
Big
And I
Blackhawks
love
fans.
it too, but my favorite part is like they have 3 more games until Halloween. Like this isn't the Halloween one.
That is
I'm trying to get every single show next week in costume. I doubt it's going to happen, but I love over celebrating Halloween and using
Yes.
multiple excuses to dress up.
Can we get some Blackhawks in here?
I would love to get Blackhawks in here. I only know one guy's name though. I'm still new to the party.
I know all. I know.
Who's
all
your
of
guy?
Bedard.
That makes
Good, bought a Bedard jersey.
Makes
But then
sense.
who's the other guy that we're into? Narzul.
Nazar.
Nazar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nazgul.
Vlasic is good. Alex Vlasic.
Is pilot the coolest profession, or fighter pilot the coolest profession?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part is look at how excited they all are.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
look at us.
Yeah, they feel swag. They're dressed up like fighter pilots. Fighter pilots, though. On the way out,
Oh.
AI. I mean, AI. You know, AI.
No, we still gotta have 'em.
autonomous drone. You
We
know,
still
I don't
gotta have
know,
'em.
dude.
We need Glenn Powell.
That one guy looks too
Up
nerdy.
close.
Love it. In
Glenn Powell's
anything.
mad.
In
Take me
anything.
back to World War I, where they were flying around in those biplanes shooting pistols at each other.
I disagree. I think war is bad.
That's crazy. Shout out to the Red Baron, a man who had much style. Shout out to our own Hannah Montoya, a woman who has much style and talent. Hannah, you're the best. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you, Hannah.
Thanks, guys.
All
We
fashion
love you.
All right, coming up next, we got more Wake Up Barstool. Don't go anywhere. Grab a coffee, guys. Ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll. Wake Up Barstool. Well, I blew that. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. here on FS1, T-Bob, Brandon, Emo, Connor, and Stu Feiner hanging out with you today. Right now, I want to bring out some college football games. I want to talk a little Indiana, Ohio State, kind of battling for that number 1 spot. But first, real quick, did you see that we got our first ever fake injury fine over
Oh
the weekend?
yes, yeah, I did see that.
The Texas A&M Aggies have officially been fined $50,000 for faking an injury, guys, which is insane. I think that we've arrived at a place in society where I hear that and I'm like, oh, that's not a lot of money. That's a crazy amount of money for this. Like, so Arkansas's driving, trying to make it 7 again, trying to get it to 1 score again, and A&M's on their heels. Coach says go down, player goes down, now they're in trouble.
Well, they nipped it in the bud. I mean, 50,000 is a ton of money. But
That's a lot.
You can't have this happen.
No.
Also,
You have to stop it right
Yeah.
here, right now. And 50 dimes is a lot of money.
It's not just 50,000. I mean, the next one is now 100,000. The next one, it's like an escalating scale,
is that how
right?
it works?
So yeah, once they get the first one, they realize the second one hurts them even more, hurts them even more, hurts them even more. I think it's crazy that teams are still trying this. Like they've established these rule changes to where you get charged a timeout. You would think that would be punitive enough, but A&M kept going with it. And I guess if you're on your heels against Arkansas and your last resort is laying down, maybe it's not as good as we thought.
A&M cowards and liars who are going to get their ass kicked in Death Valley.
Oh, is that where you are right now?
What?
Is that where you are?
Oh yeah, I'm fully.
Because on Sundays you're as down as you can get. Mondays and Tuesdays you're
Yep.
still a little. Now by Wednesday you're trending back up.
Oh yeah, look, it's at a certain point if you're a fan of a team, you have to let go of objective analysis and just convince yourself that you're going to beat their ass. And so that's 100% where I'm at. A&M are cowards. They're cheaters, obviously. They have too much money. They lack all perspective on what it takes to, the common man in this world. So, yeah, screw Texas A&M. They're coming to Death Valley for a death sentence this Saturday night. Ebo, did you want to add something here?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you asked every fan in that stadium if they would pay 50 cents for Texas A&M to win, they would pay the $50,000 fine to make a game-winning play like that.
Money is no object to Texas A&M. This is true. Also, Arkansas definitely went on and scored like a play or two later.
If you added a fake injury fee to these people's tickets of like 50 cents a game or $1 a game, they would pay it.
Oh, SEC fans would,
Tennessee did that, but for NIL, right? They did the 10% increase on tickets. That was all earmarked for NIL. Anyway, so that was one story. Another conversation real quick to touch on before we get into the games themselves. Indiana and Ohio State. Is there any world in which Indiana could pass up Ohio State for the number one ranking in the college football playoff rankings when they come?
Yeah, it's Michigan beating Ohio State at home at the
Okay, yeah.
No, that's the only world.
Undefeated. That's the only one.
If Ohio State goes 12-0, no, you're not passing them. There's no, and plus Indiana doesn't have anything left to put on their resume. Really, they got a sneaky tough game against UCLA this weekend, but if they win that game, they're beating a 3-4 team.
How about this? Indiana's 5 remaining games are against 3 teams ranked 65th or worse in the SP Plus, and 2 in Maryland and Penn State who are combined 0-7 since week 4. They've got nothing left.
The Big Ten is just so weird this year, where at the top it's really strong, and in the middle it's and then at the bottom it's wretched. It is awful, and Indiana plays so much at the bottom.
So here's the other question I wanted to ask.
But they've already proven themselves. I'm not saying it's keeping them from proving themselves. Yeah.
Is being an Ohio State fan boring? What are you watching this year that gets your blood going?
You're watching yourself beat the crap out of everybody.
That's not fun.
Yes, it is. I've been on the other side, T-Bob. I am so sick of people like you doing this.
Not
being
fun.
Like, well, what are they even watching for? They're watching them dominate when everybody else is going out there and having agonizing games every single week. They are cruising. They're sitting there like this, like, I wonder if we'll win by 35 or 40. That's got to be awesome.
That sucks.
That has to be the best thing in the world.
That's not fun. It sucks. You sit there after the game and you're like, I wish we would have run the ball better on this one play, or I wish he would have caught this ball. Screw that, dude. Like Stu says, fear. You need fear to appreciate love. You need fear to have courage. Stu, if you don't have fear, you're not alive.
Yeah, I'm against you here. I love the way Ohio State's just murdering people. I mean, listen, if you're
That's not what I said. I said it's being an Ohio State fan.
If you're an Ohio State fan right now, you're in 7th heaven.
No.
You're in the clouds
So
looking
wrong.
down on people. You have an extra step when you wake up in the morning. You have an extra cup of coffee. You have double fries.
You're lifeless.
At night, you're going triple potatoes. No, you're going Haagen-Dazs ice cream. You're really banging it out. Listen, Ohio State is now looking at perfection. And when you're going after perfection, there's nothing you love more than doing it. And got to cover the spreads.
No.
Got to cover the spreads.
No.
And they're going back to back.
You're spoiled.
You're poo-pooing back to back.
You're spoiled. You're lifeless.
How are they spoiled? Ryan Dave's heart's been broken his whole life.
You're trying to find
year.
excitement anywhere you can because all you do, your plate is full every Saturday. You're going to Les Wexner's best friend's island just to feel something. Ohio State's
Do you think that was a crazy
You're
throw?
talking like an LSU fan. You're talking like you're bleeding LSU. You're embarrassing yourself.
Good! At least I know I'm alive, Stu! What did Pacino say in the movie about
mommy,
you?
turn this off. You don't want to see your son being embarrassed.
What
No, turn it off. No. Turn, you don't know how to turn off the TV. Look what you raised. Look what you raised.
What did Pacino say when he
Shut
played
up,
you?
Mom. What?
What did Pacino say when he played you? It's the
never actually seen the movie.
losing that makes you know you're alive, okay? Get out of here with your Ohio State sit back with your feet cocked up watching boring-ass football every week.
Do you think Alabama fans enjoyed the Saban era more or the DeBoer era?
Do you know how miserable Alabama fans were in the Saban era?
No, I don't.
I mean, they have nothing to look forward to except for the playoff. They spend all year just looking at teams through a championship lens. There's no present. You don't live in the present tense. You live in the future. Ohio State lives in the future. I want to live now. I want to be alive today. I want to bleed today.
This is the worst thing I've
With
ever
this
heard.
take, you ain't alive. You're dead. You're as dead as dead.
All right. Let's get to the games that are coming up this weekend, guys.
All right. Shout out for effort, but you failed miserably.
No, No. You failed.
Don't turn off the show, guys. Stick with us. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. T-Bob is going to stop this.
Look. It's okay, man. They threw barbs at a lot of guys who are forward thinkers and kind of out there. It's fine. You know, the first guy through the wall gets a bloody nose, Stu. And if I have to bleed for correct takes, I will always do so.
I would bleed for you. I just want to
I would bleed for you as well. I would bleed for you.
Shout out, I would bleed.
All right, guys. First game.
Want to say the word bleed a little more?
Bleed.
Thank you.
Ole Miss at Oklahoma.
Okay.
What do we got?
So here's the separator of the SEC this year. The SEC, to me, at the top is not as good as Ohio State and Indiana, but the SEC is so damn compelling. You still have, as we sit right now, October 20, whatever it is, 10 teams in the SEC that have a path to the playoff and believe they're going to the playoff. Yep. And we have a couple of elimination games this week, including this one right here, Ole Miss at Oklahoma. And I look at this game, and I say, I don't think Lane Kiffin's laying an egg on the road 2 weeks in a row. In the second half, they laid an egg against Georgia. They had
fourth
that game,
quarter, really.
They had that game in control, and then they just kind of petered out a little bit. But Oklahoma has probably the best defense in the SEC. So I don't understand why Oklahoma's a 5.5-point favorite at this point. But I this game has me in a pretzel. I don't know what to do. I believe in Lane Kiffin, but is he already talking again? Well, I'm asking questions.
He's going to get a lot of money. Ole Miss.
He's getting a lot of attention. I know that.
Ole Miss is apparently putting together like a $12 million a year contract for him, but I think he would want to go to Florida. We'll see.
He's a great coach, and I don't expect two mediocre outings in a row. But Oklahoma, again, that defense is hard to go against.
Yeah.
But this is not the compelling game in the SEC to me. To me, it's Vanderbilt, Missouri.
Well, hold on. Before you get there, Stu, I want gambling takes on all these games.
The line is prohibitively big for a reason. I mean, I have Oklahoma numbers obviously shift here. They're number 13 against Mississippi, number 8. When 13 plays 8, and number 13 is a 5.5-point favorite. Not 2.5, not 3, not 3.5, maybe a little, not 4. 5.5, an open 5.5, and everybody and their mother is on Mississippi. I've seen more sucker money on Mississippi.
So they're trying to trap you.
100%. You know, this is called the Ben Mintz trap. Ben's going to be walking around, hey, I ran the marathon. Hey, look how thin I look. Hey, look how great I look. Hey, don't hate me. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I apologize for everything I've ever done in my life. Blah, 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 blah. But Mississippi this week. No, Ben! No! So I think Oklahoma's the right side. I think they made the line big. It's going to suck Mississippi money in here. I would lay this number. Tough game. Great game. Can't wait to watch it. But, you know, statistically and sharp money and the odds makers, everything's going well here. I lay the 5.5.
Okay, hell yeah, man.
Real quick before we move on,
yeah.
What'd you say Ben Mintz is going to be thinking this weekend?
You know, he's going to walk around like a dodo head, like he is, like a bumbling idiot, like a moron. Like, you know, look, you love Ben, not many, but I do, but he's a moron. You know what I mean? What can you, there's not a lot of good things you could say about Ben besides he just left the office.
I would have implied he was here.
Shut up, Ben!
Yeah, Stu and Ben actually do love each other. Okay, you said Mizzou Vanderbilt's your most interesting game.
I do. I think you have multiple elimination games here in the SEC, and Vanderbilt, Missouri, whoever comes out of this is a legitimate contender. And Vanderbilt, if they win this game, you look down the stretch of the season, they got Texas, they got Tennessee, some beatable teams on that schedule. 11-1, 10-2 is very, very on the table for the winner of this game, particularly Vanderbilt, who's got it at home. I just think this is. I know that people look at the names Missouri and Vanderbilt, and they don't think this is going to be, you know, it's still hard to wrap your head around Vanderbilt being a playoff contender, but they are. They are, and this is a gigantic game.
I think Vanderbilt matches up really well here. They're at home. I love Pavia against Prabula, if we're just talking QB on QB. Vandy's front seven is pretty salty at stopping the run. Mizzou has to be able to run the ball to make stuff work. Stu, what's the gambling line here?
I think what Brandon said is right. Vanderbilt could run the table. They could run the table. They could run out, and they're going to be dangerous in the playoffs. They're very well coached. They're very well disciplined. You got number 10. I'm seeing Vandy against number 15, Missouri. The line is small. I would have liked to see this line 3.5 or 4. They came in at 2.5. If I'm betting this game, I'm absolutely betting Vanderbilt. Sucker money's all over Missouri early. It's only Wednesday. But I'm going to play them on a money line. I'm going to lay the $1.25.
Okay, hell yeah.
If I'm betting the Vandy game, I'm not laying 2.5. I'll lay the $1.25. And I think Vandy wins the game. And I think it'll be an amazing game because Missouri is coming to play.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, one of the best teams in the country when it comes to running yards before contact. It's a great scheme. It's great execution. Very excited to see how they play in this one. Also, Bo Perbula needs to step up because the Alabama game, he was not
awful.
great. Not great. Needs to have a good game in this one.
Okay, next on the list, we got Texas A&M at LSU. Now, again, obviously, if we're doing like objective analysis here, this is on the field. It does not look like a great matchup from LSU. They have an offensive line that has been objectively awful this season. A&M's defensive line, especially their pass rush, has been really solid, even if the defense at times overall struggled. LSU's offense right now, one of 2 schools, them and UNC, to not score 25 against a Power 4 opponent. That said, Stu, is this line a little stinky here? 100%. I thought this would be bigger, but this is the Death Valley effect.
I made the game 6.5.
Oh, wow.
They came in at 2.5. So you got number 3, A&M, against number 20, LSU. LSU is suspect. I mean,
they're bad.
They should be playing better.
Yeah.
I mean, their head coach looks like he's going to have an aneurysm on the field. There's no fun with coaching, being coached by him. So much money's on A&M. Sharps and public. I'm going to take the dog here. I'm going to hold my nose. I'm going to take the 2.5. I'm going to pray to God, and I think that is the right way to go.
Yeah.
And I think LSU, and it's exactly how LSU plays. Off a stinker, off them being done, they rise, and now this could be their season. This is their season.
Ready to roll!
Exactly.
See,
This is their college football championship. Right here, right now. I take the number.
You nailed it. Because LSU under Brian Kelly has had a couple of moments over the last 3 seasons where they lose a game here, they lose a game there, and all of a sudden, okay, well, he's going to lose this team, he's going to lose this locker room. And then they bounce back and they finish 9-3 or 10-2, and then they go to the SEC championship game. Like, it has looked at times like it's about to fall apart. Yeah. And it has never fallen apart because they always bounce back and win a game like this. A&M has gone on the road twice this year. They've gone on the road to Notre Dame. They won that game, gave up 40 points, and then they went on the road to Arkansas, gave up 42 points. Like, this is not a defense that has traveled well so far. Now, Notre Dame's offense and Arkansas's offense way better than LSU, but LSU has better defense than both those teams. So I think this is the toughest test yet for a Texas A&M team who has a win at Notre Dame.
All right, real quick here. We'll keep it in the SEC for this final one, and we'll clean up with your school, Brandon. Texas at Mississippi State, heading to Starkville, baby, and a Texas that looks as bad as you could have possibly imagined. Brandon, I'll let you start with this one.
Listen, I rarely, nothing's about me, ever.
No, never has been. Number one.
I am the number 1 college football media personality in the country, according to Big Game Boomer.
In the world.
23. In the world. Thank you very much, Stu. So none of this has been about me. But that being said, Saturday is a gigantic day for Brandon Walker and for me because we get our first SEC win in a couple of years.
Let's go.
Coach died a couple of years ago. We are so back. We've been back all year. We had a tough break at Florida. We had a tough break in overtime against Tennessee. But now we got Texas at home. And Stu, do you know the name Jackie Sherrill?
Yes.
1991 was Jackie Sherrill's first year coaching the Mississippi State Bulldogs. The biggest game that year was a home game against the Texas Longhorns. Do you know what happened that week?
Mississippi State win?
Mississippi State won, also castrated a steer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Jackie Sherrill took the boys out to the barn and showed them that I think I might do it. I'm going down to Mississippi tomorrow. I'm looking for a bull.
Hell yeah,
I'm looking for a bull, and horns down, Mississippi State wins the game.
Stu, I once had to hold down a bunch of goats while my uncle castrated them. Ooh. I had to hold them down and stare them in the eye, and he just took a straight razor and he cut open their testicles and cut them out and then sprayed disinfectant on them.
Why did I need to know that?
It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Do you have any other stories about sheep?
It was crazy, dude. I've never seen anything like it.
That sounds crazy.
I'm like Clarice. I still hear them yelling.
Hey, Stu.
They yell like kids, like, ah!
Are we winning? I'll punch you in the face.
I-
I'll punch you.
All right,
right
hold on.
in
You
the
got
face.
30 seconds, Stu. 30 seconds.
I'm a numbers guy.
30
I'm a
seconds.
numbers guy. I have a system. I have a trend. I have numbers guy here. Every sucker and their mother's betting Miss State. This line is extremely high. I think Miss State, if Texas was not going to win this game, I think they would have came in at like 4.5. They're giving you a touchdown. Mississippi State, eat the touchdown. I'm laying the number.
All right, there we go, guys. Close out the show next. We got more Stu bets coming up. Keep it right here on FS1. This is Wake Up Barstool.
That was wasted.
Yeah, it was crazy though, man. I just hold them by their horns. Wake Up Barstool here on FS1, guys, and we're closing out the show. It's been so much fun having the source, Stu Feiner, with us here today. Stu, look, there's a lot of, there's NBA, there's World Series coming up, there's football. Do you have any best bets for us that you can give us on the way out here?
Okay, let's go to the NFL first. I think the Texans laying the 1.5 against 49ers, that's a solid play. I think the Ravens laying the 7 with Lamar coming back is a solid play.
Who do the Ravens have?
Excuse me?
Who do the Ravens have? Who are they laying against? The Bears.
Chicago
Okay,
Bears.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to lay the 7 with the Eagles, revenge, and I think the Giants are going to come back to earth.
There you go, Connor.
I like New Orleans plus the points, the 4.5 against Tampa Bay. I think everybody beyond Tampa.
Okay.
Rebound. New Orleans has mailed it in. New Orleans is not quit. They're just not a good team, but they play really hard. I would take the points here. And I think Denver is going to wax Dallas. I think Denver is going to lay it on Dallas. So I would lay that number with Denver over Dallas. NBA
There you
tonight,
go.
quickly.
Okay.
NBA.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Knicks at home against the Cavs. I like the Celtics. Don't know how they are favored against Philly. My best probably is Detroit laying 3.5 in Chicago. I think Detroit is a sleeper team. I think they could win the East and represent the East in the NBA championship in May. I like Milwaukee here laying the number against Washington. I like the Jazz plus the points against the Clippers, and I like the Mavs laying the number against the Spurs.
There you go, guys. Stu's best bets. Remember, this will all be on YouTube later as well, so if you missed it, you want to go back and watch it, you want to get all those plays in, you can. Connor, how was the Tate McRae concert
Can I
last
just
night?
say one thing,
Yes.
please?
Yes.
Gambling is for the rich to have fun and lose money.
Fair.
There's never been a winner gambler born. I've done this since 1981. I invented the sports gambling, handicapping, selling industry. I've met 100,000 gamblers. You know how many winners there are? 0. So there are losers and liars and losers. Saying that, you should gamble every day, but tiny money. Never put yourself in the jackpot. Be responsible. I love gambling. It's how I've made millions of dollars. But listen, be responsible. Gambling will teach you a lot about life.
Very well
When
said.
you think you have a sure thing, you don't. Pay the man. Be smart.
There you go. How was the Tate McRae concert last night?
Phenomenal.
Yeah?
Everything I dreamed of and more.
Where's she on your pop star power rankings right now?
She's 2.
Behind Dua?
Oh, she's way up. huh?
Olivia Rodrigo is 1.
Where's your girl Dua?
Dua's 3. Sabrina Carpenter 4. Still trying to find that 5th spot.
Chappell Roan?
Potentially.
Oh my God.
What? I love Chappell Roan. Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess, a great album.
I mean, you named 5 tens and then you put her in.
She's an
are you
incredible
familiar?
artist. Do you even listen to Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess?
Listen, she's a great artist. I judge it by looks.
You're familiar with Tate McRae then?
Last night at our hotel, I said to Sandy, why are there 100 girls here dressed in leather and lace and boots? Where are they going? That's where they
Tate
went.
20
McRae.
seconds,
hang out with
guys.
Connor
All
Griffin.
right.
The next Britney Spears, Tate McRae. Watch out.
That's today's show.
That's not a good
Massive thank you for everybody here on the panel. Obviously, a huge thank you to the source, Stu Feiner. Massive thank you to everybody back in production. Y'all are the best guys. Thank you to everyone who hangs out with us every morning. We love you.
I love
See you tomorrow.
I
We love you.
I love you. Be great.
We love you.